Tottenham player conditions versus West Ham. Brennan Johnson scores, but Spurs are blunt up frontal. Then are our Tottenham Hotspur player conditions after their draw at West Ham United on Tuesday night in the Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur came down with a point from a 1-1 draw at West Ham in the Premier League on Tuesday evening. Ange Postecoglou had made 3 changes to the platoon that crushed Luton Town 2-1 on Saturday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to bring in fresh legs with just 2 full recovery days in between the matches. David Moyes' Hammers let a 3-1 lead slip to lose 4-3 at Newcastle at the weekend. Spurs have not won down at West Ham since November 2019 for Jose Mourinho's first game at the North London club, and they came into the game knowing a palm would put the pressure on Aston Villa, who travelled to Manchester City on Wednesday. Mickey van de Ven came back into the platoon after being an unused cover on Saturday, having recovered from his hamstring injury, and replaced Rodu Dragusin. Brennan Johnson also came back into his starting line-up after another emotional cashing from the bench against Luton, replacing Dejan Kulusevski. Rodrigo Bentancur also came in to give Pape Matar a rest. It was Johnson who opened the scoring just for twinkles in, and it was a classic Postecoglou thing. Spurs broke up the pitch and Timo Werner fired a low ball across the 6-yard box, and the Wales transnational was in the right position to tap it home for Tottenham's first half thing in 7 matches. West Ham set up a democrat not long after, however, when Kurt Zouma headed home a Jared Bowen corner. Then are our Tottenham player conditions from the match. Guglielmo Vicario projected in and maybe demanded to try to claim Zouma's close-range equaliser, or at least helped by his platoon mates. Made a flying save from Ward-Prowse's free kick latterly in the first half. Saved doubly from Paqueta beforehand in the alternate half before getting down to stop an Antonio 1v1 trouble. 7 Pedro Porro some loose moments in possession and plodded to find important quality with his delivery to the attacking players. Still, he led the protective stats with 4 tackles, 3 interceptions, 3 concurrencies. 7 Christian Romero a battling performance without really assessing himself on Antonio. 6 Mickey van de Ven picked up a first-half unheroic card for pushing the ball away with his hand after attack. Brought his pace to the party, but did not look relatively usual assured tone with a couple of passages and slips. 6 Fortune Udeji got up and down the left and advanced up than Porro, but did not link up with Werner particularly well. Transferred a decent late chance at the goalkeeper. 5 Rodrigo Bentancur back in the platoon and involved in Tottenham's first thing. Played a dreadful pass in front of his own area beforehand in the alternate half, which redounded in a West Ham chance for Paqueta. Picked up an unheroic card for a jab before coming off in the 70th nanosecond. 6 Bissouma Zouma got up above him for West Ham's early equaliser. The rest of his game was much better though before coming off with 10 twinkles to go, and he mopped up plenitude in the Spurs half. 7 James Maddison some nice little turns and traces, but another game he has plodded to snare by the scruff of the neck as he was doing before in the season. 5 Brennan Johnson continued his recent form with a close-range early thing, getting into the 6-yard box to tap in Werner's low delivery. He looked the person most likely to add to produce commodity for Spurs after that, with a couple of dangerous balls into the box and driving runs before coming off after taking a knock late on. 7 Son Heung-a minute. The stats will show he played 3 crucial passes, far further than any other Spurs player, but he plodded to get important of the ball in attacking areas where he can do the most damage. 5 Timo Werner another help for the German as he drove a low ball into the peril area in the opening twinkles for Johnson to tuck home. Still, he did not make too important of an impact after that, not seeing too much of the ball. Gets an redundant point for the early help. 6 subs Pate Matosa came on and soon played a dangerous ball across the 6-yard box that nothing could touch home. 6 Dejan Kulusevski came into the Madison midfield part, but on the right in originally before switching to left and also back to the right late on. Did not make important of an impact. 5 Pierre Emile Hudjug came on for the final twinkles for Bissouma and gave Spurs a bit more drive. And a Richarlison Spurs demanded a focal point, but he did not really give it late on. Enlay